The next day after the accident, I felt overwhelmed. It was, I was still caring, I'm a stay-at-home mother of 3 small children, so I literally had to force myself, literally, to get out of the bed and tend to my kids who the day doesn't stop because mommy got in a car accident. It was, I don't know, it wasn't too late, maybe like 11 or so. I was sitting in the back seat and we proceeded to go through green light. I literally remember hearing my friends say, "Oh my gosh, she's about to hit us," and we got hit. Because I wasn't physically bleeding or I wasn't, physically bruised, I refused, immediate care at that moment in the ambulance and went with her to hospital, went home after, that was all taken care of. And the next day is when it all hit me, I literally felt everything. I felt like I was hit by a train. Well, apparently I got a concussion, a really bad concussion. I didn't know at that time what was happening, but I was losing my speech. I was slurring, and that's when my husband was like, "Okay, we need to go to the hospital." They did x-rays and they were talking about I may need physical therapy, and I'm like, how am I supposed to pay for all this? Who's gonna pay for all this? I've never been in this situation, never. So I didn't, that wasn't the first thing on my mind, call a lawyer. It was, oh, I could take care of myself, we could figure it out. So when Maria had mentioned Stuart, I said, okay, well, I trust your word. So first time I met Stuart, I was very nervous. I felt it was very intimidating. He didn't say, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get you money. We're going after the thing. He was like, how are you feeling? How are you doing? He genuinely wanted to know how I was feeling. And I was really shocked, like, is this real? Because you see all of the other shark-type attorneys that you see on TV, and it almost seems fake. You can tell that they're not sincere, and they don't care what you've gone through, what you're still going through, what you're gonna go through in the future. And Stuart, oh my gosh, I did not get that at all. It was, how are you doing? We're gonna get you better. That's my focus. That's what's important. Don't you worry. I'll take care of the insurance. I was already getting bills in the mail, and of course I started stressing about that. And I said, how do I pay for all this? I said, don't you worry. You can mail me those bills. You keep going to your treatment. Don't worry about it. So if you were hurt, I would suggest that you would call Stuart Kreitzer. I guess just from personal experience, he's one of a kind. He does get people what they deserve in really crazy, traumatic times like this.